Guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. First, I just want to say thank you for watching all my videos, for subscribing and liking my videos, subscribing to my channel and liking my videos. I appreciate it so much. So today is going to be a little bit different again, just like my nursery video. I wanted to make this video for all the new, for the moms to be, or new moms or whatever. When I was pregnant, I was confused. This was my first child. And I remember just going in the store, not knowing what to buy sometimes. Oh Lord, when I was making my registry, thank God Amazon works the way it works. Because I was very confused. I remember having a meltdown in Walmart, on the bottle I sold because I could not figure out what the heck to buy. And I called my sister. I was overwhelmed and I eventually left the store. It was just a mess. So this video is just going to tell you guys about some things I learned as a new mom, some products that I prefer, you know, things like that that I have just learned as a new mom that I think is cool to share. All right, so first I'm going to start off with bottles. I remember being in the Walmart store confused about bottles. I had no clue about what bottles to get. Every advertisement looks phenomenal, so you don't know what to choose from. I did breastfeed my son for 3 months, but I pumped. I exclusively pumped. So I needed bottles. I pumped because I wanted my husband to be able to feed him sometimes. And I just didn't want to, I felt like I wanted to see how much milk was coming out and how much he was getting. So pumping was the best thing for me. So I remember just being overwhelmed about what bottles to get. And one of my sweet friends sent me a gift and she bought me these bottles. I don't know if you can see them, but the brand is MAM. They're very cool. They have my son's label for school, but she bought me these. And I love them because they're easy to clean. You can take the bottom off and it has another spot that you can clean off. Then you can take the top off, of course. It's easy to screw on. My son was having like gas problems when he was an infant, like most children. He's only 7 months now, but so you know, this bottle, as soon as I started giving him these bottles, I could see a decrease in his gas. So these were phenomenal. She gave me a box. It was like a pack, and it came with 2 small ones and 2, which this is a 9-ounce bottle, and this is a 5-ounce bottle, 6-ounce bottle. So when he started school in January, I ended up ordering 2 more of these off of Amazon just so he could have the larger bottles because I stopped using these. So if you're confused about what bottles to get, review these. They had great reviews, which I'm just so glad that she sent me these because I absolutely love them. My son loves them. The nipple, I think, resembles the feeling of a nipple, possibly. I'm not sure, but they were just amazing bottles. These labels I got from Amazon. If you want to know more information about where I got them from, or how to find them, you can just leave a comment. But they're little stickers. They're like laminated. I use these to label my son bottles for school, along with another label that I don't have in front of me right now. So I breastfed and I was confused about what breast pump to get. So some people, I have decent insurance, but my health insurance wouldn't pay for this Medela pump and style pump. I did a lot of reviews on this one. I went to a breastfeeding class towards in my 3rd trimester, and she talked about this one, and she also talked about another one. And I asked her, which one did you use? And she said she used this one. I don't have it in the box, but it comes with a bag. There's a bag and everything. You can take the pump out of the bag. It's like really, really cool. So this was my pump that I used, and I used it for 3 months, and I have it stored in my house because I plan, if I get pregnant again, to use it again. It was $200, and one of my sweet cousins paid half of it, well, majority of it, and I just had to pay like $50 or $60, and I got it from Target, I believe. Yes, I got it from Target. And it's a really good pump. Some people share breast pumps. When I went to the breast pumping class, she highly recommended that you don't do that. Because what some folks do is they take out the little clear pieces and they in the pump. I don't know. I'm sure I'm not. Oh, I'm sorry. I got the names right here. The breast shields they take out, and then the tubing they replaced. But I just didn't feel comfortable, and this is all that it comes with. It comes with a lot. It comes with the bottles, the little cooler, because it's a pack, like you could take it, you know, it's one of those ones that you could take on the go with you if you're working. So I didn't go that far with it. But some people use breast pumps. I didn't feel comfortable doing that, so I just bought my own. It was a decent investment. My son, when he came from the hospital, was drinking formula and breast milk. I did both because he had to go in the NICU when he was born due to some body temperature issues and maybe like a slight infection that he had developed. So they asked me when they took him out of my room, do you mind if we give him formula in the NICU? And I was like, give it to him because I don't want my baby to starve. So they introduced him to a bottle, and they introduced him to Infant Meal NeuroPro. They had the pre-made bottles, but I eventually started buying the Infant Meal NeuroPro. He seemed to like this milk. Like I said, I only gave it to him sometimes because I mostly gave him breast milk in the first 3 months. But this is like $35, I think, or $30 a can. Maybe. I can't remember. I think it is 30 because I was getting coupons for $5 off. So it's kind of expensive like all formula, but it's a really good formula. Then my sister came along and she's like, do you know that the off-brand formula is just as good as that? It has the same ingredients. You can match it on the back. It's the same exact thing. And that's what I did. So I ended up using, this is an actual Target brand, but I used the Walmart brand. It's the same kind. And this is a smaller one. It's $15. I went to like grab as much as I could from Target. And so they had a small one. So I just grabbed that one too. But I normally get the big box, which is $20. So it is probably like $10 cheaper. And you can use those $10 to buy diapers. So if you don't mind giving your child a generic brand of formula, this is the generic brand that I use. And I'm sure whatever brand you use, if it's Similac or whatever, you can find a generic brand. His doctor told me that it was totally fine and that generic was fine. So I did not buy it until I talked to her and she said it was totally fine. So now I want to talk about also with feedings, night feeding. So you're going to be getting up every 2 hours, every 3 hours for some babies, nursing, feeding, whatever. I would pump and put my milk in the refrigerator. I did not have a bottle warmer. And I know you're thinking, what? I did not have one. I just didn't get one. I should have gotten one, but I didn't. So I was warming my milk on the stove, like warming the milk, the water, and then just sit the bottles in it and just, you know, standing over it to monitor it to make sure it wasn't too hot. I didn't really do that a lot, but most of the, you know, formula, I just used bottled water and mixed it together. So what I did, this is a little basket that goes on the side of my bed on my nightstand that I have in my room. I don't have a big 2-story house, but the kitchen is down the hall. And when you're half asleep and you're already sleep deprived, you want to make things as easy as possible. So what I did is, this was a little can of NeuroPro that my doctor gave me. This is a different brand, but so I've used this. No, I got this one in the mail. I'm sorry. But the doctor did give me some of this when I was taking him to his checkup. So I used this little tube and I put formula in it and a scoop. So I put this in my basket. I normally have a bottle of water in here. And I was also, and I would keep this on the side of the bed. So in the middle of the night, everything I needed was, I would get up and go in my bathroom that's in my room, wash my hands before I mess with his stuff. And I would just make everything in the bathroom or on the side of the bed. And my husband would do the same. Sometimes he went to the kitchen, but I would do that. So after a while, when I got tired of like using this, I would fill this up with formula. I would put how many scoops I use. And this is just a little breast milk storage container. So I use this and I put that in there. So in the middle of the night, all I had to do was just open the bottle and pour it in to keep from having to put my hands in here, you know, stir it up and shake it. I also use the breastfeeding storage bags the same way, to put his milk in over, you know, just so it can be easy. I also have this little container and I always keep a pacifier in here on the side of the bed, which my son is not really a pacifier sucker. He likes his pacifiers when it's time to go to bed though. So I have this little container with a pacifier inside. This stays on the side of my bed in the middle of the night. And I was using this early on. I don't use it as much. The pacifier, yes. I don't use this stuff as much as I did when he was little. I also use this little pacifier. I put one of these in there. I don't let him sleep in this. I work and a field where we don't recommend that these are around on the babies attached to a child during sleeping, because you don't want them to get strangled. So I always take that off of him. So that's just something that I do for the nightly feedings to help me stay sane. Speaking of pacifiers, I mentioned this on the nursery video, but I have a pacifier jar in my son's nursery. This, because organization keeps you sane when you're a new mom, or when you're a mom in general. So I have to make things easy for me so I'm not worn out and frustrated when it comes to having to deal with him. So I have a little pacifier jar. I keep pacifiers, at least 3 to 4 in here at a time. We keep it in there. So if he loses a pacifier, I just tell my husband, go get it. When we find it, we put it back in here. We always make sure we store pacifiers in this jar, okay? I have a pacifier that I keep inside his diaper bag, which this is his diaper bag that I got off Amazon. I absolutely love it. I was supposed to get his name on it, never did it. But I also keep one in his diaper bag at all times, just in case I'm rushing one day and forget it. Okay, so we always keep that in there. And something else that I was always keeping in here in the winter is a little hat, which my son has a head full of hair. That's why he has this big hat. So yeah, I would always keep a hat in here. And something else I always keep in here is like a little spoon right here for his feedings and stuff. So I keep that in his bag as well. And so that's good about the feeding. I also mentioned, okay, so let's talk about Bibs. Let's talk about Bibs. So when I was putting Bibs on my registry, I really didn't know what kind to get. I just thought they were cute. So I was getting the cute ones, and I was in love with the little bandana Bibs, that go around your neck and they look like a little bandana. So I like those. So I was just putting anything up there, but I didn't realize how important it was to have the right Bibs. So I'm just going to show you the Bibs that I love. Now these right here, they connect on the side. They're terrific, because after a while my son started to try to snatch his Bibs off. And the ones that were like this, that go around the neck and has this right here, it's Velcro, oh, he'll snatch them right off. And that was the end of that. But these are really, really thick, strong, sturdy. You can see the back. They are amazing. I prefer these types of bibs. They're called teething bibs, I believe. But you can usually get 3 in a pack from Walmart, Target. I bought so many of them because I didn't have as many of these as I liked. When he was younger, it really didn't matter. But as he started to get older, and the vomiting, like these thin ones like this, they were just not, they didn't work for me. They may work for your child, but I just didn't like them. They're just not good. That he can slob right through them. The top of his shirt is wet. These, it takes a lot longer to soak through. So I would recommend getting the thick teething bibs to store for your baby. The bandana ones, they're cute when they're infants, but I'm telling you, once that drool start hitting, like these little, and then the small ones like this, these little ones, my son is just, and he's teething. He's 7 months, so he's teething now. But like the throw up and stuff, I just wouldn't recommend those little thin flimsy bibs. If you have a choice, get the thick ones, okay? So I'm gonna talk about clothing now and some of my favorite things. And this is nothing like, I'm not choosy. I was very thankful for everything that everyone gave me. But there were some things that I wish I would have purposely put on my registry or knew about. I had tons of clothes. My son did not go to school until he was 3 months old. So he was home. He went to stay with my mom periodically to give me a break. And then we had Christmas and Easter, not Easter, but Thanksgiving where he dressed up. But a lot of times he was just lounging around in little sleepers. And sometimes I would just, want to get him dressed, so I would change his clothes. But one of the things that I love, and I'm going to talk about this, I'm going to go back because I skipped this part. These little mittens. So I didn't realize, I thought they were just so cute when I put them on my registry. Did not know how needed they were. These little things cover up the baby's hands. And my son was the kid that every time he gets mad, he goes to scratching at his face. And my husband would have a fit when he saw scratches on him. The scratches just look painful. So I think I had 3 of these when I first got him. Someone had bought me a pack of them, and I had to end up going out and buying more of them. And what I did is I kept them in the infant meal container, like I talked about in my video, because right now I have bath cloths in here, washcloths. So I had these in another container in the closet so that we could easily find them. At one point he got old enough to take them off, okay? and he was still not he didn't grow out of the scratching. So I was thankful for things like this. These are long sleeve shirts, and they have the piece to cover up the child's hand. Okay, you need to get these. Okay, they're long sleeve. My baby was born in September, so I don't know about a summer baby, but most of the time they'll be inside anyways. But I like them because once they grow out of it, then you can also, you know what I'm saying? It's a regular shirt. So these were fantastic. I had a few of these that some people had given me, but not many of them. And I just wish I had had more of them. And then the sleeper, I went out to Target because I was like, he needs some more of these because that's mostly what he's wearing. So I found the sleepers with the hand cover. So once he grew out of it, I was able to pull this back. After a while, he started to gnaw his finger, and I didn't want his hands to feel balled up all the time. So I just like started to bite his nails because I was too afraid to clip him with a clipper. Some moms are experts at that. I was afraid I was going to cut his hand. His little hands were so small, and the doctor recommended I just bite him, So I did that. And, when he was ready, I didn't want his hands to feel balled up all the time being, in this thing. So I did give him some relief and allowed him to use, have his arms out. Another thing about these sleepers. Now, I love sleepers that zip. The button ones, they were not my friend. In the middle of the night, when I'm trying to change my son and he's wailing and crying, I don't have time to sit there and try to button each button. That was just a disaster for me. So I fell in love mostly with the zip up onesies, little sleepers. I'm sorry. And another phenomenal thing that I loved are the ones that zip from the bottom. I did not know it was a such thing until I bought these. So it zips up from the bottom where you could take the child's legs and bottom out and change them, put them, and put it right back on, and it zips. I think the zipper is actually kind of broken on this one, and you zip it right back down, this is a newborn, I think. 0 to 3 months. He don't even wear this anymore. But it is phenomenal. It zips from the bottom, and it just saves you so much time versus one that zips from the top. Their whole body is exposed, and you got to kind of take it off. And when your baby is hollering and crying and screaming, you just don't have time to be. For me, I just wanted him to give him a quick change and be done with it. So let me see what else is on my list. So I'm going to talk about like products that I like for him. And I am in love with the Bibs products. This is the Bibs cough syrup. My son, I don't know if you can see this, a little blurry. I'm sorry. But you can Google it. These products are phenomenal. This is a cough syrup, and it has agave honey and elderberry to help strengthen the immune system. These products are just phenomenal. They're all natural. At my baby shower, one of my friends gave me like a chest rub by Bibs that was very great. They also have this nasal spray that is phenomenal. It's just like a saltwater solution. My son got kind of like sick once he started childcare. He was having a really bad cold, and his nose was stuffy. So I would get this, and then I would get that snot sucker, which I don't have a snot sucker with me. If you hold on 1 second, I'll go get my snot sucker. I'm sorry, I thought I had my mess together, y'all. All right. So this is the snot sucker right here. It is gross. I remember before I was a mom, I saw my niece using this and I gagged. But it is the best thing to clean your baby's nose. When I saw how much relief my son got after using this, I was like, I'm not using a suction bug ever again. I have suction bugs in his bag, so when he stays with my mom, she can use those. And I normally pack these in his thing, which I'm gonna buy another one because I only have one. It comes with these little things right here in the middle so that the snot won't get in your mouth. But you put this up your child's nose and you suck up, and when I tell you, it snatches every string of snot that's in your baby nasal passage. When I saw the relief that he got, it was just so much better for me. So I used that along with this spray when my baby had like some nasal congestion. I have the Bibs teething gel, and this is just his medicine bag that I keep at the house with all his stuff in it. Just so we can find it. I got Tylenol in here. But the Bibs products, they have all types of products. Look it up. It's phenomenal. Someone gave me like a medicine box for at my baby shower. It had gas drops, Tylenol, gripe water, and one night my son had gas so bad, and I was like, what in the world am I gonna do? And my sister said, well, tomorrow go get gas drops. And I was like, I don't have to wait till tomorrow, it's some in the closet. So I found some in the closet. So I would just recommend making a medicine bag, so you will always have everything on hand for your child. And gas drops are going to be one of those things that he's going to need, she's going to need in the beginning, because their gas gets really bad. And this is the Little Remedies. This is another good brand. This is the gas drops that I use for him. And it worked perfect. It helped him immediately. And it will also help him make a bowel movement some days, which he wasn't constipated much. But, all right, so that's that. Looking on my little sheet to make sure I don't forget anything. Nope, that's basically it. I did, and he's hollering. He's with his dad. He's probably mad because I'm not up there. So that's basically it. My son is also in childcare. And so what I do during the week to make me, on the beginning of the week, to make me have all my stuff together during the week. Each week I have a Ziploc bag and I pack his clothes for the entire week. I put the bottom, the top, the socks, the bibs, everything he needs goes in a bag, and I pack 5 bags, which I probably ended up getting something to go in the back of his door. But for now, the bags work for me. They don't take up a lot of space. I just put them either in his closet, or I stick them in the top of his little closet. Either in a container or in his closet, and it works. And I just pull a bag and I go, and it just makes life so much easier at the beginning of the week. So I think that's all I wanted to share about my new journey as a mom. I'm going to look on my little paper right here to make sure I did not forget anything. But you have to be organized in order to keep yourself sane. I learned that, you have to be organized. It can be chaotic being a new mom. I'm not going to lie. I had my days. I had a lot of health issues after I had my son that landed me back in the hospital. And I'll make another video about like my birth story and all that another time. But like, I could have slipped into postpartum depression, and I was so shocked that I didn't. But like, I went through some changes. Okay. But being organized helped me. My husband, this is his first child as well. So we had to figure out things together. And I feel like the things that I'm sharing today may help someone else, because I needed videos like this in the beginning when I was waiting for him to be born, so I know how to prepare. Pinterest has a lot of cool things. But I hope you found some type of benefit in this video, and thank you again for watching, and I will be back with more videos because I don't have anything else to do. Bye. Y'all stay safe.